Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So, in all my time exploring different credit cards, few have been as intriguing and polarizing as the Amex Platinum. Some people absolutely love it for its premium perks and luxury benefits, while others think it's completely overrated. And let's be honest, with the hefty $695 annual fee, it's not exactly easy on the wallet. So in this video, I'm breaking it all down for you. The real value you can expect to get from this card, whether it's worth the steep price tag, and in my opinion, just how good or bad the Amex Platinum really is. Now, the first thing I always look at with any credit card is the sign up bonus versus the annual fee. That's because for most people, the sign up bonus alone can make the card worth it in its first year, even with a high annual fee, thanks to how big welcome bonuses can be. Currently, American Express has some targeted offers out there for the Platinum card for as high as 125,000 points after spending $8,000 in the first 6 months. However, be careful when you're looking because if you go directly to the Amex site right now, you might see offers that are lower than that, like the baseline 80,000 points you see here. So, like I've mentioned in previous videos, it's worth putting in a little extra effort. Try using different internet browsers, search for different referral links, and look for targeted ads to find the best possible welcome offer. I've seen offers as high as 175,000 points, so it's definitely worth the second look. So let's say you manage to find an offer of 125,000 points and you redeem them at a baseline value of 1 cent per point. That's $1,250 in value. Subtract the $695 annual fee and you're left with $555 in positive expected value for year one, which is great. And keep in mind, that's before even factoring in the credits and benefits you get with this card, which we'll go over later. Now, if you know how to transfer Amex points for travel to get closer to at least 2 cents per point in redemption value, or maybe even a little bit higher than that, then a 125,000 point bonus turns into closer to at least $2,500 in value. So when you get that much value from just one single sign-up bonus on a card like the Amex Platinum, even with a high annual fee, it's going to be well worth it for most people, at least in the first year. After that, though, once the $695 fee comes up for renewal in year two without the sign up bonus, then we're going to have to go ahead and do some math to make sure it's still worth it and that we're getting enough value here to justify paying that annual fee. So, this is where we want to start thinking about how we might value these different credits and benefits that come with this card. If we go over to the American Express website, we're going to see that they advertise that you can get over $1,500 in platinum value. But in reality, the value that you personally might be able to get really depends on whether you normally spend money on the things covered by these credits in the first place. For example, there's the $50 Saks Fifth Avenue credit that you get every 6 months, adding up to $100 per year. But I know that I personally never shop at Saks. So even though I might use this credit so it doesn't go to waste, I'd value it at zero for myself because it doesn't align with my normal spending habits. Then there's the $300 Equinox credit. That's also pretty useless for me because the cost of an Equinox membership itself, even with this credit applied, is still a lot more than other local gyms near me. But for someone out there who's living in New York City, where there's like 40 plus Equinox locations, then this credit could actually be really good because you might be getting $300 in value back on spending you were already going to make anyway. On the other hand, one credit that fits perfectly into my normal spending habits is the Uber Cash benefit. It covers Uber Eats and Uber Rides, which I use regularly. You get $15 back per month plus $35 back in December for a total of $200 per year. So for me, this is a credit I can fully take advantage of without changing my spending habits. I also see full value from the $200 hotel credit, the $200 airline fee credit, and the $199 Clear Plus credit. So in total, my personal value from the Amex Platinum card every year would be about $799, which is more than enough to offset that $695 annual fee. But of course, as my spending habits or the card's credits change over time, I'd reevaluate to make sure I'm still getting enough value. The way I see it, paying $695 each year on this card is like prepaying for coupons on things that I know I was already going to spend money on anyway. For example, when I pay the annual fee, I think of it as prepaying $200 for Uber Cash, $200 for hotels, and so on. Then all the other benefits out there that come with this card, like the airport lounge access, is just going to be bonus value that I can enjoy on top of that. Before we move on, I want to quickly highlight some of the other credits that the Platinum card offers, because while I may not use some of these credits, you may find them very useful. We have the digital entertainment credit, which gives you $20 per month for services like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and more. This would normally be a credit I use, but I got lucky because my roommates already cover these subscriptions, but it definitely could be valuable for you. The Walmart Plus credit. This covers $12.95 per month for a Walmart Plus membership, which could be handy if you're a frequent Walmart shopper. And the Global Entry or TSA PreCheck credit. This covers the application fee for one of these programs every 4 years, which is a great perk if you travel often. Now, let's talk about one of the standout perks of the Amex Platinum, airport lounge access. With the Platinum card, you'll gain entry to an impressive range of lounges, including Amex Centurion lounges, Escape lounges, Delta Sky Clubs, Plaza Premium lounges, and Priority Pass lounges. And even though the overall experience is going to vary with each type of lounge from location to location, I still think this is a very valuable benefit for people who travel a lot through certain airports. For example, personally, I fly out of Detroit a lot and we have Delta Sky Clubs here. So this card would be a practical choice for me because I can visit these lounges before I fly or if there's ever any delays and I need somewhere to go. But if I didn't have these Sky Club lounges here, then I probably wouldn't want to get this card unless I knew that I was flying to other airports frequently where I could go ahead and use their lounges. To me, the airport lounge access is the major selling point of the Amex Platinum card. While placing a dollar value on this perk can be tricky, frequent travelers can see significant value here if they use those lounges regularly. For instance, if you visit a lounge 10 times a year and estimate the value at $40 per visit, that's $400 in potential value right there. That said, I want to mention here that even though I think American Express has been the leader in airport lounge access for a long time now, competitors like Chase and Capital One are gaining ground as they continue to roll out their exclusive lounges. Currently, Amex has 15 lounges in the US with more on the way, but Chase now has 5 US lounges with 2 more planned, and Capital One has 3 US lounges with 2 more opening soon. So depending on your home airport and your travel habits, a card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which can get you into a Chase lounge, or a card like the Capital One Venture X, which can get you into a Capital One lounge, might be a better fit for you. Ultimately, the Amex Platinum still provides you with one of the largest lounge networks globally, making it an excellent choice for those who prioritize access and comfort. The decision ultimately comes down to your travel plans and how much you value these perks. Next, I want to touch on something that's usually a main selling point of most credit cards, but in my opinion falls a bit short on the Amex Platinum, and that's its spending multipliers. So with the Platinum card, you can earn 5x points per dollar on flights booked either directly with airlines or through Amex Travel, 5x points per dollar on prepaid hotels booked through Amex Travel, and 1x points per dollar on all other purchases. To me, these multipliers are fine, but honestly really not that impressive because they're heavily focused on travel-related categories, which aren't your regular everyday spending categories for most people. Because of this, I wouldn't personally carry the Platinum card in my daily wallet setup. The only time I'd use it would be when booking travel on my computer. For everything else, I would likely keep it tucked away in my backpack, ready to use for airport lounge access or other travel-related perks. Honestly, I wish the card offered at least one everyday spending multiplier, something like 4x on dining or groceries, just to make the card a little bit more versatile for everyday spending. In reality though, the Amex Platinum is not about these spending multipliers. It's about all the travel perks and benefits that come with it. So if you're looking for a card to rack up your points, this is not the right one for you. That said, there's one specific use case where the 5x multiplier could work well. If you work for a company that lets you book flights for work using your own credit card and then reimburses you, this could be a major point booster for you. In that situation, you could use the Platinum card to earn 5x points on those reimbursed flights, giving you significant value without any out-of-pocket cost. Now, one thing to mention about the other 5x points category for booking hotels is that you're only going to be earning 5x on prepaid hotels that you book through Amex Travel. So you can't really earn 5x points if you just try to book directly through a Marriott or Hilton or something like that. So just be aware of how that works. But then also be aware that if you have status at a hotel chain, but then you book through the Amex Travel portal, your status may or may not be recognized. Now, every year, you will also get a $200 hotel credit with the Platinum card, which I mentioned earlier in the video. To use this credit, you'll need to book a hotel through Amex Travel that's part of either the Fine Hotels and Resort Collection or the Hotel Collection, and you'll receive $200 back per calendar year. When you book a hotel through one of these programs, you may also receive additional perks depending on the property. These can include benefits like free breakfast, room upgrades, late checkout, a $100 resort credit, and even more. Keep in mind that these benefits can vary from property to property. To activate the $200 hotel credit, you'll need to stay at least one night at a Fine Hotels and Resorts property or a minimum of 2 nights at a Hotel Collection property. So just make sure that you're meeting these requirements if you do want to use this hotel credit. And since we're already on the topic of hotels, I thought I would mention that the Amex Platinum card also offers two different hotel statuses: Hilton Honors Gold and Marriott Bonvoy Gold Elite. These statuses are nice to have if you occasionally stay at Hilton or Marriott properties because they provide a few small benefits. However, if you're loyal to either program or want significant value, you're better off aiming for higher statuses. For example, you can get the Marriott Platinum Elite status by simply holding the Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, or the Hilton Diamond status by getting the Amex Hilton Honors Aspire card. These higher statuses offer the most valuable benefits, such as substantial room upgrades, free breakfast, and other premium perks. So, while the Platinum card's included statuses are better than nothing, the real value for frequent travelers typically comes from having higher levels of status. Now, speaking of status, the Amex Platinum card also comes with some rental car benefits that often fly under the radar. One of the most valuable is the Hertz President Circle status, which gives you access to upgrades and better pricing on car rentals. But what really sets this benefit apart is how much it simplifies the car rental process. After a long flight, when all you want to do is get out of the airport, President Circle status allows you to skip those long lines you typically see at the counter. You can simply book your car ahead of time, head straight to the garage, let them know you've arrived, and your car will be ready almost immediately. This is a highly underrated benefit that makes travel a lot smoother for frequent car renters. If you've ever dealt with the frustrations of traditional car rental services, then this perk alone could make the Amex Platinum worth it. So just how good or bad is the Amex Platinum card actually? Well, in my opinion, it wouldn't be my favorite card in my wallet because of the lack of everyday spending multipliers. However, it's still a credit card that could offer positive value within my normal spending and travel habits. For others, though, it might feel like an overrated piece of metal with some fancy designs, especially if you're not taking full advantage of the perks. It's honestly not a card I recommend often, mainly because most people out there just won't put in the work to fully maximize the value of that $695 annual fee. That said, if you run the numbers for yourself and travel frequently, I still think this card is one of, if not the best travel cards on the market, considering all the premium perks and benefits you get with it. I've tried to keep this video pretty high level, but there's just so many different things to talk about with this card, so I'm planning on making a future video diving even deeper into the Platinum card's benefits. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.